Let's get things started with your national days of the week. Starting with tomorrow, Monday, February 23rd, it's National Dog Biscuit Day. I mean, does anybody? If you have a dog, there's, uh, dogs love dog biscuits. Don't you? A human biscuit is a cookie, and a dog biscuit is a dog cookie. We should call them dog cookies instead of dog biscuits. Dogs like dog cookies. My father took exceptional joy in putting a milk bone in his mouth and letting his dog come up and get the milk bone from him. And I thought that was stupid. That's stupid. Well, look at him. Look at what he does. Rah, rah, rah. And he would laugh, and he got a lot of joy out of that. And then one day, I put a milk bone in my mouth, and I had Zeus pop up, and sure enough, he took the dog cookie from my mouth, and I see why that brought my dad a lot of joy, because it is a fun moment that you can share with your puppy when they take food out of your mouth, food they like, dog biscuits. Get yourself some milk bones and share them with your favorite puppy. Tomorrow, Monday, February 23rd, National Dog Biscuit Day. Tuesday, February 24th, is National Tortilla Chip Day. I can't think of anything better than a classic corn tortilla. Now, they have come a long way in the big tortilla, the tortilla industrial complex, if you will, has come a long way in making fancy flavors when it comes to tortillas. I like anything that's spicy and sweet. So you put that on a corn nacho or corn tortilla, and I'm going to be happy. What's the difference between a tortilla and a nacho? Aren't tortillas nachos, and aren't nachos just tortillas? I don't know. I feel like there's at least one person in my life who could tell me what the heck is the difference between a nacho and a tortilla. Is it the toppings? Can you have a tortilla and then put the wrong toppings on it and then convert it into a nacho? Or can you have a nacho and not put the right toppings on it and turn it into a tortilla? These are the questions that AI was developed for. You run this through the AIs, and the AIs are going to tell you what the difference is. But we're not doing that, because this is just me and the audience. I do not rely on AI for this. That's what work is for. Hey, man, I'm just doing what the boss said. The boss told us to embrace modern technology, and that's what we're doing. And if you haven't embraced AI at work yet, you're just letting the best thing in life pass you by, because it can read an instruction a lot quicker than you can, and it makes the dumbest people in your office really smart, because now they know everything with the assistance of AI. So later, when I'm bored, I'll run it through the AI machine and ask, what is the difference between a tortilla and a nacho? I don't care what you call them. I like to eat them. I like them flavored. I like them unflavored. I like them with the guacamole. Those are all fantastic guacamole delivery devices, is what my tortillas are. My fried corn chip tortillas. Think about that and celebrate it however you choose on Tuesday, February 24th. National Tortilla Day. Wednesday, February 25th, is National Clam Chowder Day. Now we're talking. This is the perfect weather for some clam chowder. And I don't need much. Here's what I do. I love it the way it is. Just give me the chowder, and I will eat it. But if I have options, number one, you got to have oyster crackers. You can't have chowder without oyster crackers. And you need some pepper and oyster crackers in your chowder. Oyster crackers, pepper, chowder. Now, what I like to do, this is just me, because I don't find clam chowder to be filling. Well, you know what? My stomach has been doing some shrinking. I might find it filling on its own. Doesn't matter. I'm still going to put white rice in it. I'm going to add the oyster crackers. I'm going to add pepper, lots of pepper. And I'm going to eat that clam chowder like it's my last meal. Probably would be. It probably would be. I have committed a crime. I am being put to death. What do you want for your last meal? I want some chowder with some pepper, some oyster crackers, and some rice. That is my last meal, and I will eat that to my fill. Now I would still make it with rice, and that just means I would have leftover chowder. And there is nothing wrong with leftover clam chowder. You ever add anything to it? Do you have a clam chowder and you're like, I want to seafood this up a bit. I got some fake crab meat I can slice up and throw in there. Ooh-wee. You can't doctor it up too much. You doctor it too much, you're taking away from the clamminess of the chowder. Let's get together Wednesday, February 25th, and have some chowder together on National Clam Chowder Day. Oh, I got a little dab there. A little dab will do ya. I love this one. Thursday, February 26th is National Chili Day. Observed. I didn't know this, but National Chili Day is a floater. It will, like Thanksgiving, it will always be on the last Thursday, but of February. And chili, much like chowder, chili, you just don't say silly, okay? You don't say chili silly. Chowder, you always say silly. But for National Chili Day, there's how do you make yours? Now, everybody has a preferred chili. That's why they have chili cooking contest, because it's an amalgamation of your imagination. Oh, Jesus, doesn't that sound like a rap lyric? It's an amalgamation of your imagination. and you put it all in a bowl and you cook it. I like beef, but I also don't mind turkey. And turkey's supposed to be better for you. So you give me some turkey and you put it in the chili. It's gonna taste like meat. However you season the meat. I like the spicy tomatoes. Riolo, I don't know. Some Spanish word on top of a can. It's tomato spicy. I'm pretty sure it's in English, but it could be in Spanish. But those are good. So I like the spicy tomatoes. I like jalapenos. Those are probably my favorite hot pepper, because they're not really that hot, but they add a little ting. I like the ground beef, but I'll eat the chili if it's got the turkey in it. Of course, a lot of garlic, a lot of salt, not a lot of salt, pepper, lots of pepper. I like my pepper. I like my garlic. Lots of tomato sauce. Beans, the musical fruit. You got to have beans in your chili. Who, they make it, bean-free chili. Well, then it's not chili. It's, Mexican goulash is what we got here. Goulash, the Hungarian style. Is there any other kind? The goulash is just throwing everything, all of your leftovers in a bucket, and you eat it, preferably with macaroni noodles. And chili is very similar. It's a poor man's dish. Whatever you got lying around, you throw it in a bucket and you cook it. over generations, you learn what ingredients work best with one another, which pairs more appropriately. But beans are always in the mix. I don't understand no bean chili. I also don't understand no meat chili. Why? Why do that to yourself? Just don't eat. If you're going to a place and it's got a sign on it and says no meat chili, leave. You look over there, no bean chili, leave. Don't do that to yourself. Life is too short not to eat chili with at least spicy tomatoes, jalapenos, peppers, beef, turkey, beef and turkey, beef or turkey, and beans. I like to add white rice. I know. Why? Because it's calorically rich. The chili, if I eat my fill of chili, I'm going to consume about 4,000 calories. But if I add some stomach spackle in there, I add some rice in there, stomach spackle. I like that. If I add that stomach spackle in there, then I'm going to fill up quicker, and I'm only going to eat like 500 calories of chili and an extra 200 calories of rice. Rice is good filler, all right? I always remember the Chinese diet. Japanese diet. Eat raw rice for breakfast, warm water for lunch, blow up for dinner. All right. That is Thursday, the last Thursday of the month, February 26th, National Chili Day. Friday, February 27th, is National Strawberry Day. The strawberries don't taste like they used to. When I was but a child, the strawberries ran wild, and you would go out and you would forage strawberries, and you would pick them up and you would eat them, and they were tasty and delicious, and they were not like the store-bought strawberries. They were different. It was only years later I realized, because they were covered in dog pee. That's what made the wild strawberries taste so much different than the store-bought strawberries that were actually cleaned. I love a strawberry, but I don't eat them often. Why? They got to be in season? Nah, nothing needs to be in season anymore. We've crossed that horticultural obstacle. It just kind of feels silly eating strawberries now. Because, number one, they're gigantic. I mean, you buy a pound of them and it's like 6. They're so big. They're the biggest. These are definitely on steroids of some kind. Strawberry steroids is what you would think they are. They're just gigantic. And the problem with a gigantic strawberry is like the end will be white and green, but the rest of it will be brilliant red. So that part's good, but that part's got the stem on it. So now there's a knife involved, and that means cleaning. And I don't want that. If I got a fruit that's readily available for me to eat, I just grab it. Nom, nom, nom. No utensils necessary. Now, if there's a dog around, I'm like, hey, can you tighten this up for me? The strawberries I don't mind having around that do not last for long, chocolate dipped. You're not supposed to eat chocolate anymore. You're old and sugars and bad. But you dip a strawberry in chocolate and present that to me? Gone. It's gone. Never had a chance. And I'm not a big chocolate fan. But now those two things, they go together. I'm not talking about the Reese's Pieces scandal. I'm not talking about that silly fake peanut butter and fake chocolate. They're real. Same ingredients it's always been. Don't believe the grandson who lives in Florida. What does he know about the sweetest place on earth, Hershey, Pennsylvania, and Reese's Peanut Butter Cups? Great Mitch Hedberg joke, in case you ever missed it. That is an apostrophe S. And those pieces belong to Reese's. Think about celebrating your strawberries and all of their tastefulness this Friday, February 27th. National Strawberry Day. Saturday, February 28th. The last day of the month this year. Saturday, February 28th is National Public Sleeping Day. Hopefully, you don't have to do that. It happens to the best of us. It hasn't happened to me in a while. I haven't fallen asleep in public in a very long time. But as a young, hard-working man, I would be so exhausted. I would fall asleep on the bus. I'd fall asleep on the subway. And there's nothing worse than waking up on a subway like 7 or 8 stops past your stop. Because you wake up and you look around, and this is different. I'm outside. I'm not supposed to be outside because there's trains that are underground. And then later in the track, they're above ground, and you're outside. And you're like, this ain't right. Something's wrong. And you got to go look at the map and find out where you are. And then you got to get off and cross platforms and go all the way back. Worst example of that I ever did, and it wasn't because I was public sleeping. I did get on the wrong train in Roma Termini. I got in the wrong train in Rome that was going to Naples, but it wasn't going to Naples my way. My way was along the coast, and the train I was on was going to Naples via Monte Cassino. It was going that way. And I was about at Monte Cassino when the conductor finally came by and checked my ticket and realized I had the wrong ticket and kicked me off the train. To which I had to go all the way back to Rome to come all the way back to Formia. It made for a very, very long day. But again, that wasn't public sleeping. A lot of public sleeping on the bus, a lot of public sleeping on the subway, especially the subway, because you're exhausted, you're young, you're working hard, and it's stupid to sleep on the subway because you're such an easy target for crime. But you're on the subway, and the subway is just gently bouncing, and it's got the noise, and you're just... Hopefully I don't sound like a pig when I sleep, and that was kind of upsetting in the scenario that I just played back for you. Yeah, I played a game when I was in Korea. I would play this game every morning. I'd go out for a run, and I would try to guess whether it was garbage or a human. Because I have often said South Koreans are like the Irish of the East. They enjoy a touch. And they drink into excess, and it's a safe country, so they can literally lay down and fall asleep anywhere. But if you're running along, you see something off in the distance, and you start guessing, what is that in the sidewalk? You're guessing, is it garbage? Because they would put their garbage there. Or is it a human being? One guy really tricked me. He was really slick about it. He put the garbage down in front of him and then laid behind it. So as I ran closer and closer, I was like, it's garbage. And then, to my chagrin, it was a garbage and a human. It was a twofer. Don't be falling asleep in public, even on Saturday, February the 28th, National Public Sleeping Day. Sunday, March the 1st, is National Pig Day. I like swine. I would not have a pig as a pet. I'm not going to name the culture. You'll figure it out on your own. You're smart people. A friend of mine had a pet when she was a child, and they were poor, and this was their pet. And then one day she came home and she was looking for her pet, and the pet was for dinner. I feel like that would happen with a pig as well. This was not a pig that my friend had. But when you're hungry and you need food, anything becomes food. Lately, the iguanas have been falling from the sky in Florida, and they've been grilling them up. Apparently, iguana meat, tasty and delicious. But pig is a proven protein. Remember when they tried to sell us pork as the other white meat? No need. No need. Oh, you can give me any pork option and just say, it comes from the same place as bacon. I'm in. I'm in. I don't need to go anywhere. If the meat you're giving me comes from the same place as bacon, more. I don't eat bacon much anymore. Occasionally a slice will find its way into my mouth, but rarely do I eat bacon. But I used to be, woo boy, because there really isn't anything that makes things better, is there? It is like the magical, bacon is to everything what chocolate is to everything else. You add bacon to something and it makes it better. You add chocolate to something, it makes it better. Chocolate covered bacon is the side dish for my last meal. I've got my big old bowl of chowder and some chocolate covered bacon. That's what's let's ride the lightning, baby. We're going out in style. Find a way to celebrate. Living, dead, roasted, toasted, or smoked. Find a way to celebrate. Sunday, March 1st. National Pig Day.